Welcome to our journey through the world of mythology. Today, we're diving into the story of Athena, the brilliant and powerful goddess of wisdom, war, and strategy. Born fully grown and armored from the head of Zeus, she embodies intelligence, strategy, and righteous conflict. Unlike other Olympian deities, Athena is celebrated for her sense of justice, guiding heroes like Perseus, Odysseus, and Heracles to triumph through wit and courage. Though benevolent and protective, she could also be fierce and unforgiving when wronged. Athena was also known by the names Athene and Pallas. There are various versions of Athena's birth. According to Hesiod's Theogony, Metis was Athena's mother. She was an Oceanid nymph, renowned as the embodiment of wisdom, deep thought, and cunning. She was wisest among gods and mortal men. Her name, meaning wise counsel or crafts, reflects her intellect and strategic mind, qualities that positioned her as a central figure in early mythological narratives. Metis was the daughter of the Titans Oceanus and Tethys, part of the generation of deities preceding the Olympians. She played a crucial role during the Titanomachy, the epic war between the Titans and Olympians, by aiding Zeus with her strategic brilliance. According to myth, it was Metis who provided Zeus with the potion that forced his father, Cronus, to regurgitate his siblings, thus turning the tide in favor of the Olympians. Metis became Zeus's partner after the Titanomachy, when Zeus sought her counsel in his efforts to consolidate power. The prophecy about Metis played a critical role in their relationship. It was foretold that she would bear 2 children, first a daughter, who would equal Zeus in power, and then a son who would surpass him. According to the myth, when Zeus learned of the prophecy that Metis would bear a son destined to overthrow him, he decided to prevent this from happening. Once Metis transformed into a small form, some versions suggest she turned into a fly or another tiny creature, as she did sometimes to avoid sleeping with the king of the gods. Zeus seized the opportunity and swallowed her whole, as Gaia, earth, and starry Uranos, heaven, advised, as no other should have sway over the eternal gods in place of Zeus. By doing so, he believed he had neutralized the threat posed by her future children, while also absorbing her wisdom and intellect. At the time, Metis was pregnant with Athena. However, despite this act, Metis did not perish. Instead, she continued to exist within Zeus, guiding him with her wisdom. From this union, the goddess Athena was born. According to myth, later, Zeus experienced an excruciating headache, which none of the gods could alleviate, except Hephaestus or Prometheus, who used an axe to split Zeus's head to relieve the pain, while Athena emerged fully grown and armored from Zeus's head. While inside Zeus, Metis had crafted a helmet and weaved a robe for Athena. As the daughter of Metis, Athena inherited her mother's attributes, becoming the Olympian goddess of wisdom, warfare strategy, and crafts. In other versions, Athena is the motherless daughter of Zeus, born fully grown and armored from the head of Zeus. According to legend, after Athena's birth, she was raised by Triton, who had a daughter named Pallas. The 2 girls devoted themselves to a military lifestyle, which eventually led to a heated confrontation. During their quarrel, as Pallas prepared to strike Athena, Zeus intervened by raising the aegis to shield his daughter. Distracted by the sudden defense, Pallas was fatally wounded by Athena. Grief-stricken by Pallas's death, Athena crafted a wooden image in her likeness. She draped the aegis, which had caused Pallas's fall, around the statue's chest, placed it beside Zeus, and honored it with reverence. To honor Pallas, she often was referred to as Pallas Athena, epithet meaning maiden. Pallas was also the name of a Minoan Mycenaean snake goddess. The Roman goddess Minerva took over some of Pallas's attributes, including war, wisdom, and handicrafts. In another version of the myth, during the Gigantomachy, the battle between the giants and the Olympian gods, Athena flayed the giant Pallas and used his skin to make her Aegis, and took on his name as an epithet, symbolizing her victory. Athena frequently appeared in Greek mythology as a champion of heroes such as Argos, Perseus, and Heracles. These tales highlight her favor toward mortals in need and showcase her wisdom and cunning. In the story of Argos, Athena offered guidance on constructing the Argo, the ship that carried Jason and the Argonauts on their quest for the Golden Fleece. Her role was even more pivotal in Perseus's quest to defeat Medusa, the serpent-haired Gorgon whose gaze turned victims to stone. Before Perseus set out, Athena gifted him a polished bronze shield, enabling him to view Medusa's reflection and avoid direct eye contact during their confrontation. Athena also played a key role in the myth of Bellerophon, the son of Poseidon, who vanquished the Chimera. The poet Pindar credits Athena with teaching Bellerophon how to tame and ride the immortal winged horse Pegasus, enabling him to accomplish his heroic deeds. Even Heracles, one of Greece's greatest heroes, benefited from Athena's aid. When tasked with stealing the golden apples from Hera's sacred garden, guarded by the daughters of Atlas, Heracles struck a bargain with Atlas himself. In exchange for retrieving the apples, Heracles offered to hold the sky, Atlas' eternal burden. However, the weight proved overwhelming even for Heracles. At that moment, Athena intervened, lifting the sky to prevent him from being crushed. This moment of divine assistance was a common theme in artistic depictions of Heracles' legendary labours. Athena played a pivotal role in Homer's epic tales, shaping the course of events in both the Iliad and the Odyssey. Long before the Trojan War, she was central to the infamous judgment of Paris. When Hera, Aphrodite, and Athena each claimed to be the fairest of the goddesses, they sought Paris, Prince of Troy, to settle their dispute. To sway his decision, the goddesses offered bribes. Hera promised political dominion, Athena offered military glory, and Aphrodite vowed Paris could marry the most beautiful woman alive. Paris chose Aphrodite's offer, leading to his elopement with Helen, wife of King Menelaus of Sparta, an act that ignited the Trojan War. In the Iliad, Athena and Hera's animosity toward the Trojans stemmed from Paris's slight, making them fervent allies of the Greeks. Athena frequently intervened, offering wisdom and guidance to temper mortal folly. Her influence was critical when Achilles, enraged by Agamemnon's arrogance, nearly killed the Greek leader. Athena appeared to Achilles, whispering words of restraint. Later in the war, a temporary truce between the Greeks and Trojans proposed that Menelaus and Paris settle the conflict through single combat. Anxious to resume hostilities, Athena disguised herself as the Trojan soldier Laodocus and convinced Pandaros, a Trojan ally, to fire an arrow at Menelaus. She subtly redirected the arrow's path, ensuring it merely wounded the Spartan king. The breach of the truce reignited the war. Athena's decisive influence was also evident when she championed the Greek warrior Diomedes. Imbuing him with extraordinary strength and courage, she guided his spear during a confrontation with Ares, the bloodthirsty god of war. Under her direction, Diomedes struck Ares, wounding him and forcing his retreat from the battlefield. Athena's unwavering support proved instrumental in the Greek victory over Troy. Athena, the goddess of wisdom, plays a crucial role in the Odyssey as the divine protector and guide for both Odysseus and his son, Telemachus. For Odysseus, Athena consistently intervenes to ensure his safety and success. She persuades Zeus to free him from Calypso's island, aids him during the storm Poseidon unleashes, and helps him reach the Phaeacians, who provide him safe passage home. Upon his return to Ithaca, Athena disguises Odysseus as a beggar, allowing him to observe the suitors and plan his revenge. In the climactic battle against the suitors, she directly supports him, ensuring his victory. Finally, She restores peace in Ithaca by preventing a civil war with the suitors' families. Athena also acts as a mentor to Telemachus, inspiring him to search for news of his father and helping him mature into a confident leader. Disguised as Metis, she motivates Telemachus to begin his journey, arranges a ship and crew, and protects him from the suitors' ambush upon his return. She orchestrates the emotional reunion between father and son and encourages Telemachus during the battle against the suitors, bolstering his courage. Like the other Olympian gods, Athena displayed both benevolence and cruelty. Her punishments for those who offended her were often severe, with numerous myths illustrating the extent of her wrath. Arachne. One famous example of Athena's anger is the tale of Arachne, though it was not widely known in antiquity and primarily comes from Ovid's Metamorphoses, late 1st century BCE to early 1st century CE. Arachne, a skilled weaver from Lydia, earned great fame for her craft. Her pride grew unchecked, leading her to challenge Athena to a weaving contest. Arachne audaciously depicted scenes of gods' humiliations in her tapestry, enraging Athena, who destroyed the work and struck Arachne with her distaff. Overcome with shame, Arachne hanged herself. Moved by pity, Athena transformed her into a spider, destined to weave webs for eternity. Tiresias. In another tale, recounted by the poet Callimachus, 3rd century BCE, Athena was bathing in a river on Mount Helicon, attended by her close companion, the nymph Chariclo. Chariclo's son Tiresias happened to be hunting nearby and accidentally saw the goddess unclothed. Upon seeing Athena nude, Tiresias was struck blind instantly. At Chariclo's heartfelt pleas, however, Athena granted Tiresias the gift of prophecy to compensate for his lost sight. However, there is another version of the story where it was Hera who blinded him and Zeus gave him the gift of prophecy. Marsyas. Athena was indirectly responsible for the grim fate of the satyr Marsyas. According to traditions dating back to the 5th century BCE, Athena invented the aulos, a wind instrument similar to a flute. Upon seeing her reflection in water and noticing how unflattering she appeared while playing, Athena discarded the instrument and cursed anyone who dared to use it. Unaware of the curse, Marsyas found the aulos and became a masterful player. His confidence led him to challenge Apollo, god of music, to a contest. Although Marsyas performed skillfully, Apollo was enraged by his insolence and flayed him alive as punishment. Medusa. Athena is also linked to the tragic myth of Medusa, as recounted in Ovid's Metamorphoses. Originally a beautiful maiden, Medusa caught the attention of Poseidon, who violated her in a temple of Athena. Enraged by this desecration, Athena punished Medusa rather than Poseidon. Transforming Medusa's hair into writhing snakes, Athena made it so anyone who gazed upon her would turn to stone. Later, Athena aided Perseus in his quest to slay Medusa, compounding the cruelty of her earlier punishment. However, in Hesiod's Theogony, Medusa was the daughter of Phorcys and Ceto, primordial sea gods. She was one of 3 Gorgon sisters, and the only mortal among them. Her sisters were Stheno and Euryale, all with snakes for hair, claws, and scales. It was in the classical period Medusa went from a hideous creature to a beautiful maiden cursed into the snake-haired monster. The tragedy, according to Hesiod, was her mortality that resulted in her death, and not the curse that turned her into a Gorgon monster, as she was born that way. Athena was revered by many names, each reflecting a facet of her complex character. Some of her notable epithets included Tritogeneia, the thrice-born, Nike, victory, Sotera, saviour, Polius, of the city, and Parthenos, virgin or maiden. Several of these titles also emphasized Athena's association with vision and perception. She was called Glaukopis, Ophthalmitis, and Oxyderkos, each linked to the power of sight. Scholars have variously interpreted Glaukopis as bright-eyed, gleaming-eyed, darting-eyed, or owl-eyed. In his description of Greece, the geographer Pausanias described a temple dedicated to Athena Ophthalmitis, Athena of the eyes, located in Theomelida, Sparta. In Argos, she was venerated as Athena Oxyderkus, meaning sharp-sighted, clear-sighted, or with penetrating gaze. This sanctuary, according to myth, was founded by the Trojan hero Diomedes, who honored Athena for lifting the mist from his eyes during battle. Athena's association with sight extended beyond the physical. She was said to lift the veil of ignorance, enabling clarity of thought, heightened perception, and a deeper understanding of oneself and others, an enduring symbol of wisdom and awareness. Athena is closely associated with olives and owls, two symbols that reflect her wisdom and sharp perception. The owl, known for its keen eyesight and intelligence, became her emblem and is likely the origin of her epithet, Glaukopis, bright-eyed or owl-eyed. In the myth surrounding the founding of Athens, Athena and Poseidon competed to become the city's patron deity by offering gifts. Poseidon struck the ground with his trident, creating a stream, while Athena planted the first olive tree, symbolizing peace and prosperity. Her gift was deemed more valuable, securing her role as the city's protector. Athena is also linked to the head of the Gorgon Medusa, which adorned her aegis and shield. This terrifying emblem underscored her power and served as a symbol of protection and invincibility. Athena was venerated throughout the Greek world, with prominent cult centers in Athens and Sparta. Athena's most renowned temple was the Parthenon, built during Athens' Golden Age in the 5th century BCE on the Acropolis. This iconic structure remains a symbol of ancient Greek architecture and art. Adorned with intricate sculptures and friezes, it housed a colossal statue of Athena Parthenos crafted by the famed sculptor Phidias. The statue, made of ivory and gold and standing nearly 40 feet tall, has long been lost or destroyed. Athens also honored Athena with smaller temples, such as the Temple of Athena Nike, celebrating her as the goddess of victory. In Sparta, the Acropolis featured the bronze house of Athena, said to have been constructed by the legendary king Tyndareus and his sons, Castor and Polydeuces. This temple gained infamy in the 5th century BCE, when the Spartans executed the treacherous general Pausanias by confining him inside, an act seen as sacrilegious and said to provoke Athena's wrath, as recounted by historian Thucydides. Athena's grandest festival, the Panathenaea, was celebrated annually in Athens, with an even more elaborate version, the Great Panathenaea, occurring every 4 years. The festival included a grand procession, sacrifices, athletic games, and the ceremonial dressing of Athena's cult statue. The statue was cleansed in seawater and adorned with a new peplos, a robe woven by Athenian women. Similar festivals were held elsewhere in Greece, such as the Pambiotia in Boeotia, though details about it remain sparse. In Athens, Athena was also honoured during the Synoekia, a festival commemorating the unification of Attica, marked by sacrifices and celebrations in her name. Thank you for joining us on our journey through the ancient tales of Greek mythology. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, may the stories of ancient myths continue to captivate and inspire.